Hey, Facebook fam, happy Sunday. It is 8 o'clock or maybe a couple of minutes after time for your weekly dose of self-care. These good nuggets. Announcements as always. Don't forget to leave me a message to let me know that you are watching. I'm going to be changing up how I do the prize drawing because Facebook is deleting the lives after so many days. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But for now, still leave me a message. Let me know that you're here watching, even if you're watching on a replay, because I do go back and check. Other announcements, September 19th, I will be in St. Mary's, Georgia with Evangelist Angie B and all of our beautiful ball baddies for the 9th annual Ball Bold Beautiful, and I know I got the B's mixed up, the BBB Beauty Bazaar. So I've posted the information and shared it, and I've tagged her in the previous week. So if you need more info for that, check it out. And come hang out with us. There's going to be a fashion show, awesome vendors, there's great workshops, all kinds of good stuff, some good food. So come on out, join us, and it's going to be a great weekend. Two, on September 28th, which is a Sunday, I will be at the Out of the Darkness Walk in Port Orange for Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. I'm going to have a table there. I'll be giving out some great info about preventing suicide, good coping skills. I'll have some crisis line info, some merch for you to purchase if you want to do that, inspirational books, t-shirts, all kinds of good stuff. So come see me out there. Donate to the cause. The main thing is starting the conversation, checking on folks, see how they're doing, and I'll be talking more and sharing more info about suicide prevention all throughout the month of September, so stay tuned. If you are not subscribed to my website, please do that. I'm sending out a newsletter again, so you get all kinds of info. This month for August, I did a counseling corner. I talked about grief. I talked about a small business that I support, who also supports me. Gave some upcoming dates of things I'm doing, places I will be, all that good stuff. So exclusive content for subscribers. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do so. I will also be giving some freebies to my subscribers. So, reap the benefits of that. You also get news for events and things first before I share it here, and first dibs to register, sign up, whatever needs to happen. All right. Next big thing we have been talking and sharing for a while now is coming up in October, October 30th through November 1st. I will be in Baltimore, Maryland at the Ignite Summit. I'm so excited to be speaking there with all the amazing ladies that are doing the workshops and the panels, and I'm looking forward to the worship services, all that good stuff. And it'll be my first time in that area, so I'm super excited about that. Sorry, I keep getting interrupted, but there's still time for you to register and go if you want to go to Ignite. And I know they are having a Labor Day sale for registration right now. They also have some special groups and workshops for people under 30. So if you're a young adult and you want to come, young ladies, there's room and space for you, specifically things tailored for your age group. So come join us, hang out with us. I'm excited to be there. I'm not vending, but I do still have great things for sale. So holiday season will be coming up soon. You can grab t-shirts, books, other merch from my website. Don't forget that study tool is available if you are looking to dig deeper into your Bible study. It's there. I think it's maybe $3, something like that. All the proceeds from that go to benefit Fire to the Nations and our quest to get the Genesis 1 Center. So buy a couple, send one to a friend, whatever you want to do. All right. So I think that is it for announcements. Oh, no. Stay tuned because I'm taking this show on the road next year. And I've already reached out to some of my clinician friends who I'm scooping up to come with me. We will be in neighborhoods, cities, all kinds of different places to talk about mental health, to talk about struggles in BIPOC communities, amongst men, amongst young people, all different kinds of things. Speaking of, I do have another announcement. This Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, I will be live with Game Changers, which is an outreach ministry, to talk about young people and mental health in the body of Christ. So tune in for that. I'll definitely share their page and link. I don't know if we'll be live on their page or on Mariah's page, but I'll find out and I'll share and let y'all know. So I'm taking this show on the road to talk about mental health, hopefully in your city or a city near you. If you would like for me to come, I'm available for booking. I am still putting together all the pieces and parts of the tour, but there are some specific things that I know we're going to be covering and talking about to spread awareness, to help educate, to help get people more proactive about their mental health. So, you know, if you have a church, a community group, a D9 organization, a business, anything where you would like some assistance with addressing mental health, burnout, any of that kind of stuff, you can book me for those kinds of things too. But this tour in particular is going to be, it's not just me. I'm bringing some folks with me to share their expertise, their experience, and to pour out the things that have been poured into them. So we ready to go. We just need some places to come to. All right. So tonight I wanted to talk about letting go. And sometimes it's extremely difficult to let go of things because we have all different kinds of attachments to it. Tonight I'm talking about letting go of physical things, decluttering, getting rid of stuff that no longer serves us, that we no longer need, that we no longer have use of, that we just been collecting or letting pile up. And this is for all my hoarders out there as well. And it doesn't mean that you've been clinically diagnosed or that your house is brimming over with things, because you can hoard stuff and it not be extreme. Okay, a lot of times hoarding is attached to trauma, to some other mental health disorders and things sometimes that have happened to people in their past. So they have an affinity to hold on to things and not let go. I had a lady that was a part of the program that I used to work for in Lexington that hoarded food because she had been in places of scarcity for much of her life, where she didn't have enough food, where sometimes she didn't have any food at all. When she was in a place to get food, she would just pile it up, stock it up, and wouldn't throw anything away. It could be old, expired, spoiled, down to the last drop. She was trying to eat it, trying to use it, and would keep it. So a couple of times her social worker and I, or the intern, we would take her to the store and we would have to make her throw things away in her refrigerator that only had maybe this much left or was on the brink of expiring or already expired, because she just wanted to hold on to that food, because that fear in the back of her mind from the times when she didn't have enough or didn't have food at all kept her holding on to these things that she didn't need. So again, hoarding can come from a lot of things. The rest of her house, she didn't hoard anything else. She didn't hold on to anything else. It was just food. And again, it came from a traumatic experience. It came from scarcity. But we hold on to things for lots of different reasons. Sometimes we just don't go through stuff and purge. Sorry. It's because we don't we don't want to let go of the attachment that that thing has to our past, to a person, to a time and experience, whatever it may be. And so we want to keep it for sentimental reasons. And all it's doing is collecting dust. Now, I'm not saying throw everything away, throw your trinkets away, whatever. But sometimes we shift and our interests change and our situations change and all of that. And I've looked at that even in my jewelry box. Like, I have a ton of jewelry. Some of it I don't even wear anymore. And I keep saying I need to go through this and purge and get rid of some things. Even with clothes, as I've been losing weight, there were some favorite pieces that I just loved. And I was like, I got to get rid of this because I can't fit it anymore. It's flapping in the wind, as my granny would say. It's wrapped around me. But, you know, I can't hold on to things that no longer fit me, that no longer fit where I am physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, in every place. Whether that be people, jobs, relationships, ideas, mentalities, whatever. Let it go. If it no longer serves you where you are and is not helping push you towards your purpose, towards a better future, a better version of you, let it go. If you're in a relationship and you're miserable, don't wait for it to change. Get out of there. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to change. It's either going to stay the same or it's going to get worse. If you are unhappy because that person or that situation isn't God's best for you or isn't the best that you would want for yourself, and I'm going to challenge you a little deeper. If you're a parent and you wouldn't want that relationship for your child, get out of there. If you don't have kids and you wouldn't want that relationship for your best friend, get out of there. Because sometimes situations, life, self-esteem, trauma, whatever, causes us to settle for less than what we know we deserve or what we want or desire. Sometimes it's for the sake of having somebody. Sometimes it's because we're lonely or we're alone. And there's a difference, but that's a talk for another time. But let it go. Don't spend years and years in a place where you're miserable. Again, whether that's relationship, job, and even dealing with family, with a roommate, whomever. Only you have the power and the ability to change the situation, because a person can only do to you what you allow. Some situations we can't change. We can't change immediately, but we can change the boundaries of that situation. If you have very porous boundaries and you just let people walk in and out of your life, walk all over you, you don't stand up for yourself, you don't speak up for yourself, none of that, let that go today. Set some strong, healthy boundaries. Be assertive. Stand up for yourself and the things that you want and need, so you can let go of bad habits and patterns and cycles of unhealthy relationships. And I'm not just talking romantic. Family, business, friends, associates, whomever it may be. Whatever kind of ship it is. Sail it straight, okay? But we're getting ready to change seasons. And sometimes that's a little bit rougher for some people than others. It's a great time to purge. It's a great time to take inventory, not just in your closets and your shelves, but in here, up here, in your relationships and friendships, with your job. Is this, one, what I'm supposed to be doing? Did I just make this decision by myself, or did I consult God about this? And if I did consult him, did he say yes? Because sometimes we'll consult and he'll say no and we do it anyway. So then we end up in a situation or in a place that we're not supposed to be in. And now we're dealing with the ramifications of that. And we want to whine and cry and, oh, woe is me. You were disobedient. 2, is this for me now? If it's clothing or items you have in your home and you haven't touched it in over a year, get rid of it. The only thing you might need to hold on to is tax papers and important things like that, and books, music, that kind of thing. But if it's clothes, for me, craft supplies. And I do that often. Whenever we have things like at church or my teacher friends, I'm always donating craft supplies and stuff like that because I don't use them as much as I used to. But I don't want to throw that away because that was a lot of money spent. And we want to be a good steward over what we have. So I donate those things when we have ladies events at church where we need craft things or stickers or whatever. When my teacher friends are looking for things for their classrooms, or I'll just put together a big bucket of stuff. Here you go. You know, so it's not going to waste. I have a box of clothes that I've been adding to as I've been going through my closet that I'm going to donate. Sometimes I will put out a message and say, hey, does anybody need, like right now, anybody need a filing cabinet? I got one. It's 2 drawers. If you need it, you can have it. Come get it. I have a futon that is slightly damaged, but still in decent condition. If somebody needs that, they can come get it. They can have it. Otherwise, I'm putting it on the curb. But I don't need it anymore. I don't use it. It's taking up space in my house, in my office. It's taking up space in my creative space. And when all of your space is taken up, you don't have room for new things. I remember maybe a year or so ago, yeah, I think so, God telling me, make room. He set me on this journey of purging. And it started with physical things. It started with my closet, my shoes, my clothes, different stuff that I had to empty out, to get rid of things, to make room. And I initially just thought it was physical. But as I started to purge those things, he was purging other things and instructing me to purge other areas of my life and get rid of things. And had I not gotten rid of those things and made room and space, I would have missed out on all of the great, amazing new opportunities and people that came along that I was connected to over the last year or so. And I'm so grateful that I was obedient and that I listened and that I purged and that I made space, because it's brought some amazing opportunities along with those people. I've had the opportunity to connect with some great clinicians, to sit in spaces and tables that I may not necessarily have the credentials or qualifications for, but because I made space for new people and opportunities, God presented them. Because I made space for new relationships, God blessed. You know, both friendship, business, and romantically. And even reconnecting with old friends and family members. Like I was thinking today, and I just had to thank God for the good things that came out of tragedy. You know, I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about losing parents and what that means and how your life changes when that happens. And her friend was like, I don't know what I would do if something happened to my mom. That's the only person who I know loves me unconditionally. And she was like, that thing hit so hard. I was like, oh, I know all too well how hard that hits. But even in the midst of going through that this year and experiencing the loss of my mom, some amazing things came out of it. I got to see the huge impact that she made on the lives of all the people she touched, and met people that I hadn't seen since I was a little girl that came to her memorial service and celebration of life. People that I never met but knew me because she spoke highly of me, sent me messages and reached out to say, you know, your mom was amazing. She impacted my life in this way, so on and so forth. I reconnected with my best friend from childhood, who was my best friend from kindergarten until after we graduated high school. I hadn't spoken to her probably since 2000, maybe 2001. And it wasn't because I didn't want to. It was just she was going through her things and really wasn't social. I kept in touch with her family, but we reconnected and we've been talking. I got to reconnect with one of my best guy friends from high school. I call my little brother. I got to see a lot of old friends and talk to, and different things like that, and even just some of my family that I hadn't seen in a long time. But it was really, in spite of it being tragic and a huge loss for me and my family and everybody that loved my mom, it was great to see the sovereignty of God, that even in the midst of that, good things still came out of it. Shout out to my honey. He was a good thing that came out of it. And even just seeing God answer my mom's prayers for that, because one of the last conversations that we had was her telling me that she had been praying that God would send me somebody to love me and take care of me after she was gone, because she didn't want me to be by myself. And we met a month before my mom passed away. So, but if I hadn't let go of my old relationship that wasn't moving forward, that wasn't growing, that wasn't building anything, I never would have even met him or had space to receive him. So sometimes we need to let some things go. There was no hard feelings, no anger, no malice, no nothing. It just wasn't moving in the direction of what I wanted. I want to be married. I want to have a family. It wasn't going that route. So I was like, instead of me continuing to stay here, hoping that I got out of there and made space. Was it easy? Not necessarily, because I also lost my baby in the midst of that. I don't get to see her anymore. I don't get to talk to her, but I had been praying beforehand because I knew that I needed to leave the relationship, and I asked God, give me a way out. Cover her, protect her, keep her, but let me walk away, because my love for her would have caused me to stay indefinitely, even though I knew it wasn't what I wanted or needed. So sometimes we have to let go of even people that we love when we know that it's not in our best interest. And that's always a hard thing to do. I still love her dearly, and I sent her dad a message a few days ago and was like, hey, listen, even though you and I don't speak, I'm still here for her. I will always have her back. I will always be here for her in whatever capacity you allow me to be. If she wants to call me, if she wants to talk to me, she can. No problem. I don't mind. I still get to see my big baby. So I'm grateful for that. And I get to check in kind of through her to make sure that my little one's okay. So I got lots of babies, and I've had to let each of them go at different times. But even in that, knowing that they were covered, that God had them and that they would be taken care of, that my season and my purpose in their life was fulfilled to that capacity, or to whatever I could do in that time and space. So, sometimes letting go is not always a bad thing. Sometimes we have to let go so somebody else can step up and do their part, or so somebody else can fill the shoes that we have been filling, or walk in their purpose. Because sometimes we're I'm not going to say a placeholder, but sometimes we're the example, or we're the we stand in the gap until that other person can come and fill the gap. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But But anywho, do some inventory. What do you need to purge? What do you need to let go of today? Is it a fantasy picture of your life that you created for yourself that's holding you hostage and keeping you depressed because you're not living that out? Is it the idea of what success looks like? Is it a room full of stuff that you haven't looked at and it's been collecting dust for 2 or 3 years? Is it that old couch that's broke down and you too cheap to buy a new one? Is it the person who only calls you when they need something and keeps using you and taking advantage of your love and kindness? Is it the job that brings you to tears when you have to think about walking into the building? Whatever it is tonight, pray about it. Make an exit plan or a purge plan and let it go. And for some of you, it may be bitterness. It may be unforgiveness, hurt. It may be trauma. Let that go too. It's a choice. And I'm not saying that to downplay your trauma or what happened to you, but you have a choice in whether or not you continue to allow it to control you. If you need to get some help, do that. Go talk to a professional. Go to counseling, go to therapy. Take some medication if you need to, but don't continue to allow these things to have power over you. Whatever your ex did, whatever that person did that abused you, that hurt you, you have to be able to let it go for you. I'm not saying you're going to forget, because you'll always remember, but don't let it have the same power over you that it always has. You deserve freedom. Forgiveness is for you, not them. You can forgive them and not speak to them. You can forgive them and not deal with them. You can forgive them and not bother with them. It's in here. It's a choice to say, I'm no longer going to allow your actions or lack thereof to hold me hostage to these negative feelings, to these things that keep me bound when I think about what you did or didn't do. I'm releasing you from the power you have over me. I'm releasing myself from the power that your actions or lack thereof had over me. Because I deserve freedom. I deserve happiness. Not saying you have to forget, but take your power back. Let go of the bondage that has been holding you hostage, that you've been hoarding. Disown it. Divorce it. Let it go. All right? So that's all I got for y'all tonight. I know it's probably a little different than our usual self-care Sunday, but we got to let go of some things. Set aside every weight, every burden, everything that would hold us down, that would keep us from being free, that would keep us in sin, that would keep us from God's best for us. Set aside every weight. That's not God's desire for us. His burden, his yoke is light and easy. That's the word. So if you're weighed down, it's probably because you're carrying too much stuff. You holding on to too many bags. What Erica say, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. Whatever's in your bags, drop them off. He said, cast all your cares upon me. Drop them off. Treat it like when you throw your trash out in the dumpster or at the curb. Sling it at him. He can handle it. You don't have to be gentle and dainty. Oh, Lord God, here's my hurt. You can go to God and be like, look, I'm extremely mad. I'm pissed to the highest level of pissivity that this happened to me. That this happened repeatedly. That nobody was there to protect me. That I didn't have, or that whatever it is. You can bring it to him. Honest. If you've been holding on to stuff in whatever capacity, let it go tonight. All right? Be free. I love y'all. I hope you have an amazing week. that you enjoy your holiday tomorrow. I'm working a little bit, but not all day. I'm trying to go get in somebody's pool and get a grilled hot dog or some barbecue from somewhere. But I hope y'all have an amazing week. Make some time for self-care and take the time to purge and let go of some things this week. If you're stuck and you need help, my inbox is always open. All right? I love y'all.